Welcome back to Uncommon Analysis. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Please click on the subscribe, like, share, tell your friends and neighbors about us. Leave a comment, join the conversation. We're glad to have you. And for our regular listeners, welcome back. Always glad to see you again. So today I wanted to talk about the situation in Ukraine and a whole bunch of lies being told by the left regarding the United States and what we agreed to in terms of the non-proliferation pact that was signed to get rid of the nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Obviously, the blow-up at the White House last Friday has caused the left to go absolutely insane. There's, on this whole topic, this is now the center of the universe as far as they're concerned. So let's talk about this. I have what in front of me, and you should see on your screen, a meme that seems to be going around, and it's been going around for a while, but it's gotten a lot of new life in the last couple days. The one you've seen may or may not say exactly this, but they all say something along these veins, basically saying Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons, and the United States promised to defend them if they were invaded, and we should just continue to fund this war. We should be living up to our commitments. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this meme, right? We never gave a promise for protection. That's bullcrap. This meme is a complete lie. And it's a lie on several levels. Okay, first we got to talk about what exactly happened. Okay, so let's talk about the nukes in Ukraine. First of all, Ukraine was part of the USSR, right? The USSR fell apart. The country of Ukraine left the United Soviet Socialist Republic, became a freestanding independent state in the late 91, I believe. There were, several, I want to say it's 1,500 or 1,700 nuclear weapons inside the territorial realm of Ukraine at that time. However, these weapons were never under the operational control of the Ukrainian government. They were Russian assets. The Russians always had full control of them. The Ukrainians could not have used these weapons against a neighbor or anyone if they had wanted to because they did not control them. The Russian military held these weapons and controlled these weapons. Okay? Russia and Ukraine come to an agreement that Ukraine's going to be now an independent country. It wins its independence. But they never turned these weapons over to the Ukrainian government. Okay? Understand that. These weapons were never under the operational control ever of Ukraine. They were Russian assets under control of the Kremlin. So Ukraine could not have done anything with these missiles that they want to. So that's the number one lie about this to begin with. So what the agreement happened, the agreement, by the way, is called the Budapest Memorandum, and it's actually several agreements. This particular meme is based on the security guarantees that were made. Okay, well, let's actually go through it. I'm going to actually show you the document here in a few minutes, but let's clarify. So we have Ukraine has been granted independence from Russia. It's now from the USSR. It's now its own country. Russian nukes are inside the country, lots of them, about 17 of them, I believe. But Russia controls these nukes. They are not under the operational control of Ukraine. They have never been turned over to the Ukraine government or the Ukraine military. Russia owns and controls these nukes. So as part of their independence, an agreement was reached, a non-proliferation agreement, part of larger agreements, that these weapons will be destroyed. So Ukraine will be a nation without nuclear weapons. But it's important distinction to understand. Ukraine never actually had control of a single nuke, ever. The independent country of Ukraine never built a nuke. The independent country of control never had control of a nuke. These nukes in Ukraine were Russian nukes. So part of this agreement is those 1,700 missiles, nuclear devices, will be destroyed. And just, and they will Russia and Ukraine will be paid some money and yada yada yada. So that's the first thing lie is that Ukraine never had nukes they could use against their neighbors or defend itself because the nukes that were in Ukraine were Russian assets. They were controlled by Russia the entire time. The Ukrainian military nor the Ukrainian government never had a nuke. So that's the first part that's a lie of this meme. The second part that's a lie about this is that the United States never agreed once, to we would defend Ukraine in a non-nuclear conflict. Okay? Not once. What we do have in the Budapest Memorandum are two things. One, we have a non-aggression agreement saying the signatories, which were Russia, Ukraine, and the United States, all agreed to respect the territorial boundaries of Ukraine and that they would not attack Ukraine ever, and they would not use economic sanctions to attack Ukraine. So Ukraine is an independent country. We're going to respect the borders of Ukraine, and we're not going to use military or economic sanctions to attack Ukraine. That's what was guaranteed in this document. Okay, the missiles will be dismantled. Ukraine will get some money, and the U.S. and Russia agree to respect their territorial borders and never, ever leave, attack them, or military or economically. That's what Russia, United States, and Ukraine agreed to. They never once, ever agreed that we will defend you in the future if you're invaded. So that's complete and total lie. Okay? Complete and total lie. This meme is a lie on so many levels. Now, so the U.S. is not in violation in any way, shape, or form of the Budapest Memorandum. We are not. Russia has violated it. They violated it in 2014 when they invaded the Crimea, and they violated it again 3 years ago when they invaded it again. But the United States has not broken any obligation to Ukraine. So there is one exception we did agree to with when it came to Ukraine being attacked. But it's a blanket clause that they do with every country that gives up their nukes. And I'm going to show you this. So let's look at the Budapest Memorandum. So this is the actual document, okay? This is from UN.org. You can find it. This is the security agreements, the security assurances, right, that were signed. So we confirm basically that they agree to respect that they exist. It's territorial borders. They have a right to exist. None of the weapons that we are taking out of Ukraine were going to ever be used against Ukraine. And that the United States and United Kingdom, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Russia, all the nuclear states that signed on with this will never use nuclear weapons against them, right? Respect their security, respect their sovereignty, not going to invade. Now, the assurances we had that we did give them was that if they were ever attacked by a nuclear weapon, we would go to the United Nations on their behalf and petition for regress. Okay? So here it is, right? The Russian Federation, United Kingdom, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and the United States of America reaffirm their commitment to seek immediate United Nations Security Council action to provide assistance to Ukraine as a non-nuclear weapon state party to the Treaty of the Non-Proliferating Nuclear Weapons. If Ukraine should become a victim of an act of aggression or an object of threat of aggression in which nuclear weapons are used. Okay? So, this is a standard clause. When you give up your weapons or you join this treaty, basically the nuclear nations that are part of it are saying, if you are being threatened with nuclear use or have been a victim of nuclear use, we will defend you. We will petition the UN Security Council to do something about it. Now, one could argue, has Russia ever threatened to use nukes in Ukraine? I'm not aware of it. There certainly has been talk when NATO was threatening to get involved directly, the reminder that, yeah, we have nukes. We might use them against you. But I don't recall them ever directly threatening Ukraine with them. And if they haven't threatened Ukraine with them, we have nothing, they're not in violation. We have nothing, no obligation to defend them. And the defense would be to petition the Security Council. Well, guess what? Russia's a member of the Security Council. So even if we petition the Security Council, Russia's probably going to vote down any action against Russia. So this whole meme, right, this whole thing about us not living up to our commitments, right, around them giving up their nukes is a lie on so many levels. So just keep that in mind whenever you see the leftists make these kind of nonsensical statements, because it's just flat out lies. It's just flat out lies. We did not guarantee that we're going to come in and put boots on the ground because somebody attacks you after you join this agreement. That's a total and false statement and false premise. If it was, tell this leftist, if that's actually how it was, first of all, That would have obligated Obama to send in troops in 2014 when they invaded Crimea. Never happened. Secondly, it would make this current war absolutely pointless because if Ukraine already had a commitment from the United States that we are going to mutually defend them if they're invaded for any reason or attacked in any reason, it wouldn't matter if Ukraine's a member of NATO or not. It would be irrelevant because that sort of agreement that was never agreed upon. The United States never agreed. We will we will defend you if you're ever attacked for any reason. We have not violated any part of the Budapest memorandum, any part. So the left is just lying. They're ignoramuses lying out their asses. And they either know they're lying or most likely they don't know they're lying because they're just ignorant. So I just want to put that out there. I hope I have informed you a little bit. Nothing I have is private. You can look it up yourself. The Budapest Memorandum, which I just scrolled through with you, is completely, the security obligations are completely public. They're nothing secret. The U.S. has not violated a single agreement with Ukraine. Okay? So this meme just shows you again once how ignorant the left and the politically is in the United States. Okay, guys? So hopefully you learned something, a little something today. I hope you have a great day, and I am out.